Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, we're going to be looking at an ultra long-term pattern here on the Bitcoin chart dating all the way back to December of 2017. This is actually a very important technical indicator for Bitcoin, and no one's talking about it. Here in the next couple of months, it's going to become very important, and I want to make a dedicated video on it so that you guys are caught up to speed. I think you guys are going to get a ton of value out of today's video, so make sure you watch until the end. If you do enjoy today's video, as always, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps out the channel when you do that. I wouldn't want you to miss any more of our videos. And remember, guys, the sale on CT2A started yesterday. That is the March 2020 coupon code. That is going to give you $40 off at checkout. If you would like to join the best academy in the entire cryptocurrency space, I'm just going to say it, you can join with the link in the description down below. I've already recorded 4 new course videos this week. I'm recording another 2 today, and the entire course update ought to be done about a month from now. There are a full 55 new videos going into the course, somewhere around that number. More on that at the end of the video. But anyway, guys, without much further ado, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. Guys, you'll have to forgive me if I'm a little bit tired this morning. I just got set up with a friend of mine who's a personal trainer, and we did upper body today, and I am exhausted. I actually, while I was at the gym, I brought a friend along and had them record some of the footage of that workout, and I'm going to go ahead and show it to you right now. It looks like, yeah, here we go. Going hard. This is hard, dude. Oh, it hurts to look at this. Yeah. Okay. Cut. All right. Okay. It was my first day. Be quiet. Anyway, guys, I meant for Taylor to cut that video a little bit earlier. Anyway, we need to look at the weekly chart here. I'm sorry, guys. Sometimes it's the coffee. I don't know. Somebody's spiking my coffee in the morning. I think it was Jackie. Jackie did it. Anyway, we need to look at the much longer term charts here. So let's go ahead and zoom out to the daily chart and get to a clean chart. Because, guys, the technical that I am talking about is none other than a bull pennant. As I said, we started back in December of 2017. And if we extend a downtrend right here, and then we come down to a little bit more recently, and we extend an uptrend right there, you guys can see, what is that? It's a bull pennant. That is a classic example of a symmetrical triangle pattern, and guess what? There was a bullish rally running into it. This is a classic example of a symmetrical triangle pattern, and we have bullishness running into it, which makes this a bull pennant. The largest one in the history of the cryptocurrency market, in fact. There is not a larger one, as far as I'm aware. There certainly isn't on Bitcoin. This thing is 2 years long. 2 years old. 2 years old. And those of you guys who are in CT2A will know that bull pennants, in this video, we discussed them right here, about 70% of the time, they tend to break bullish. The fundamentals already look really good for Bitcoin, so we have a bull pennant with a 70% chance of breaking bullish, so let's talk about that. If we go ahead and extend these trend lines out here, we're going to find something really interesting, and that's that they converge pretty soon, actually in August, the month that I turned 20. I feel really old. I know you guys think I'm young. I feel so old. I was 12 like yesterday. I was in the 2008 financial crisis. I wasn't even 10 years old yet. That's crazy. I was in elementary school when Bitcoin came out. What the heck? Anyway, guys, this is a very important piece of technical analysis, so let's look at that technical analysis. When you're looking at a bull pennant, one of the things you want to look at is the volume. Has the volume been dropping off here for the last 2 years? Why, yes, in fact, it has. What has the RSI been doing? Well, the RSI has been constricting in here also with a downtrend right there and an uptrend right there. We've mostly been seeing overbought signals, not a whole lot of major oversold signals, which is a good sign and indicates a bullish breakout. It's really funny doing technical analysis on a time frame this long because typically you don't do technical analysis on a time frame this long. Typically, anything over like 6 months to a year, you're looking purely at fundamentals, but this kind of flies right in the face of that. Another thing, of course, we'd want to look at are our moving averages. How has Bitcoin responded to our moving averages? Well, guys, as you can see, during this bull pennant, Bitcoin came back to the 200 weekly simple moving average and bounced there. That's a very good sign. The 100 is driving straight through the middle of this pennant for the majority of the time and has started to curve down just recently. That's pretty much a good sign. And we can also look at our VPVR and see that we have quite a bit of support down here below us, but not very much resistance up above us because, of course, $20,000 is the all-time high, which means that it'd be very hard for us to break very far to the downside, but it'd be much easier for us to break to the upside as far as the technicals are concerned. And remember, guys, if you haven't watched yesterday's video, you should, because in that video, I explained to you guys why $160, $180 billion of market capitalization of Bitcoin is a drop in the bucket compared to global finance markets. Guys, real estate globally is worth over $100 trillion. The New York Stock Exchange, one stock exchange, again, albeit the largest in the world, is worth $30 trillion. The U.S. stock market is worth trillions. Global economies produce around $100 trillion a year in gross domestic product. $160 billion may sound like a lot. It's not. Bitcoin can go far, far beyond 20K, especially if Bitcoin even comes close to the mass adoption that we've all been talking about. If we do get mass adopted and Bitcoin becomes the new US dollar, this is going to 7 figures. It's not going to happen overnight, but this bull pennant could be one of the things that helps propel us that far. Again, if you haven't watched yesterday's video, you should. It's a very good video, and it helps to build on what we're talking about here. This video is supporting that video, really. I know I've shown you this before, but my coffee mug says, "Hey there, hot stuff." Talking to you, loyal viewer. Hit that like and subscribe button. So guys, we've gone over a lot of the technicals that you normally would on a bull pennant. What direction did the market move when it was going into the pennant? It was moving to the upside. That gives us a 70% chance that we're going to break to the upside statistically right off the bat. What does the volume look like? It's dropping. What does volatility look like? It's dropping. Now we're getting into some really crazy long-term technical analysis. We're looking at the Bollinger Bands on the monthly chart, and as you can see, they are starting to squeeze in on themselves, which means the volatility is dropping off just like we would hope it was. We have a lot of support beneath us. We can see that on the VPVR. We have a lot of moving average support beneath us. We can see that with our moving averages. Duh. Fundamentals look fine. They don't look like they're going to be a problem. In fact, they look like they're going to be a driving force to the upside. So that leaves us with really one more thing that we need to look at on this bull pennant. Where has Bitcoin been doing the majority of its trading? Has it been trading a lot around the resistance or a lot around the support? Well, guys, Bitcoin spent a very long time kind of in the middle right here during the 2018 bear market. And it's so weird doing long-term analysis on a pennant like this. This is not normal. But it is most certainly valid. We also saw Bitcoin spend quite a bit of time up here around the resistance right there and quite a bit of time around the support right there. If you look at it, most of the time, Bitcoin has been pretty evenly split between the support and the resistance. One thing that is concerning about this pennant is that Bitcoin did not manage to rally all the way to the resistance, but if we look at these based on candle bodies and not candle wicks, then you will see that in fact Bitcoin did rally to the resistance. It just depends on who you ask, because you can draw this pennant the way that we were looking at it just now and use the wicks and Bitcoin didn't rally to it, but if you use the candle bodies, because you want to use one or the other, never one and the other. You want to use one or the other. If you look at candle bodies on both of them, you can see that actually Bitcoin did rally to that, and that's exactly where we got our resistance. Where are we getting our support? Boom, on that uptrend right here on the log chart. Guys, that's one of the really awesome and just beautiful things about technical analysis is that you might be wondering, why did Bitcoin stop there? Why did Bitcoin get rejected there? Where did that level of support come from again? And you go to the technical analysis and you look around, and sure enough, if you look far and wide enough, you're going to find a reason that Bitcoin reversed there. It's very, very rare that Bitcoin reverses for absolutely no reason. I just hit the desk so hard it moved the camera. See, look at that. I didn't even know I could do that. I guess that arm day is working out, isn't it? So guys, what's the rub? We're going to be getting to some news here in just a second, but I want to wrap up with this first. This pennant based on candle bodies ends in May. 2 months from now, meaning there should be a major breakout then if this is in fact the one that we're supposed to be looking at. If we adjust back to using the candle wicks like this, then this technical indicator predicts that the end should be sometime in mid-August. Again, sometime around the time I'm turning 20, so that'd be a good birthday present. A bullish breakout on Bitcoin. Why not? I'm totally down for that. But which direction will Bitcoin actually break? That is the question to end all questions. It doesn't matter what the technicals say, what is going to actually happen? Well, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. It's kind of hard to tell right now. Bitcoin doesn't really know if it wants to go bullish or bearish. You know, Bitcoin rallied to $14,000, but that was a lower high below $20,000. We set a lower high below $14,000 right here at 10K. Bitcoin really hasn't decided yet, guys, and that's what pennants are for. They are decisions that the market has to make. And once you have your breakout, then you have your decision. So it's not so much about figuring out what is Bitcoin going to do right now. It's more of waiting to see what Bitcoin is going to decide. And then after we're confident in that decision, then we trade based off of it. So instead of thinking, okay, which direction is Bitcoin going to break out of this pennant? I'm just going to say it. I think we're probably going to break bullish. But instead of worrying too much about that, let's worry about being prepared for both scenarios so that in case we're wrong, we're fine. And then if Bitcoin breaks bullish out of this pennant or bearish out of this pennant, no matter what happens, we're ready for it. You can be sitting on the sidelines ready to short, or you can be sitting on the sidelines ready to long. But guys, you do need to keep in mind that with pennants, you're really not supposed to enter a position until after the breakout has happened. You don't want to enter a position until like right here or right here, maybe closer, maybe like right there or right there. If we're gonna break bullish, you want another bullish confirmation. We've been in these couple of little mini bull markets and had golden crosses to confirm them, but I think the technical landscape has changed a little bit. I think confirming this bull market is going to be a little bit different than the last one. It's not just a golden cross that we need. We need to see Bitcoin break bullish above this downtrend of resistance right here. And when that happens, then, and only then, will we be able to be confident in our rally to the upside. What that means is Bitcoin rallying to at least $12,000. This resistance was around 10,700, and if we draw it out like this with the candle bodies, that puts our resistance around 12,000. We want to see Bitcoin above the big 12. $12,000, $12,000. Yeah. So guys, what's the takeaway from this? Bitcoin is very bullish. Pennants normally break bullish. If they were bullish, you're moving into them. The fundamentals look great. There's really no reason to be concerned. If we do break bearish, it probably won't be for long. I don't see us ever going below the 200 weekly SMA, which at the time of recording this, just for reference, is sitting around $5,500. But I will tell you that you want to be careful about getting over exuberant or over bearish until Bitcoin has made its decision. Because of this pennant, Bitcoin has not made its decision. We don't know whether or not Bitcoin is going to break bullish or bearish, so make sure you're ready for both outcomes. And also, guys, one thing I've seen a lot of people do lately is betting the farm on cryptocurrencies, and more specifically, their ability to profit in cryptocurrencies, because I don't care who you are, you can profit in cryptocurrencies. I don't care what the market is doing. You can make as much money in this market as you want. You can make money going up and going down. There's always enough volatility and leverage for you to make however much you want. It is you that's holding you back, not the market. So don't ever blame Bitcoin. It's your fault. I'm saying that because I love you. But I see a lot of people betting the entire farm on cryptocurrencies. I got a really sad email from someone recently, and they were talking about how they invested like $250,000 in Bitcoin, and their wife didn't know about it, and they lost most of it. It was a sad email, guys, and I don't want that to happen to any of you. If you're going to get into cryptocurrencies, it's very important you're investing in your education with something like CT2A, and it's very important that you're using paper trading to start out with. Don't go betting $250,000 or $1 million or $10,000 before you know what you're doing. Prove to yourself that you are able to be profitable in these markets with paper trading, and don't bet your life savings on cryptocurrencies. I don't care how confident you are that the uptrend is going to start, because, guys, technical analysis has its limitations. So anyway, I want to talk about one more thing before we go, and that would be India. You guys may remember in 2018 when cryptocurrency trading was more or less banned in India, a country that has about a fifth of the world's population in it, so that's not really a good thing for adoption. Because earlier today, India's Supreme Court delivered its verdict in a landmark case for cryptocurrency in the country. A bench of 3 justices ruled that the Reserve Bank of India, RBI's, ban on bank services to crypto-related firms was unconstitutional. And guys, I'm not going to read into the entire article and get into all the specifics. If you want every single detail, you go right ahead and do that on your own. I would rather get into some fundamentals based around this news story, because, guys, you have to understand that India is a very, very big part of the global population. There's about 1.2 billion people living there. It's a fifth of the world's population, like I said. And India is a very fast-growing economy. That, as they said, is a landmark case because it's showing that India believes that cryptocurrencies should not be banned. That's precedent right there. Now, it's not going to change the world. It's not going to cause Bitcoin to go to the moon or anything, but guys, everything helps, and that is certainly a big step forward in adoption because it actually allows over 1 billion people access to cryptocurrency markets legally. We don't want cryptocurrency to be known as the black market of currency. We don't want people thinking that Bitcoin is all about money laundering, because that's not what it's about. In fact, if you think you can launder money on Bitcoin, you really just shouldn't be doing business in the first place, because you have no idea what you're doing. Literally every single transaction is tracked on a public ledger. Duh. Cryptocurrencies are the future of currency. Period. Full stop. And guys, this is really important because no one talks about this in cryptocurrency. Everybody wants to have this cult of the almighty Bitcoin and then never criticize it. One of the problems with Bitcoin is how do you get people to switch to it? I love the ideology of decentralization and everything surrounding cryptocurrencies, everything that I love, blockchain, everything. I love it. Of course, I wouldn't be here if I didn't. But the average person doesn't care. The average person just wants to pay for their Starbucks and go about their day. They don't care how they pay for it. They just want to pay for it. So the way that we get people to adopt Bitcoin is by first making it legal. I mean, that's kind of a big part of it. The next thing we need to do is make people trust it. That is being helped along by people like ICE, with the exchange backed, TD Ameritrade, all these other institutions are getting in on Bitcoin and showing that it's trustworthy. We're still in the upstart phase of Bitcoin. It's going to be 20 years maybe before mass adoption. And then you have to give people an incentive to switch. Because guys, you got to realize you can't just be 1% better than your competitor for everybody to switch sides. There are probably better websites out there than YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. There are probably better websites out there. Have you ever heard of them? Probably not. The reason is, everybody is already familiar with Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and YouTube. Why would they change? There's no reason to. Until we give people a very, very good reason that impacts everyday life for everyday people, they're not going to switch. So we need to do that. Right now, the people in cryptocurrency are people like you and me who see a future in it. We see profit in it. We see a reason to be here. But the majority of people, they don't care. We need to give them a reason to care. That is what we need to be thinking about for the rest of this decade, because that is the biggest challenge that Bitcoin faces. The number one biggest problem that Bitcoin faces is the question, why should I care? If we can give one great answer to that question, then market capitalization of cryptocurrencies goes into the tens of trillions. If we can't answer that, then we are doomed to be trading in between $3,000 and $50,000 for the rest of time because not enough people are ever going to care. So I want you guys to be thinking about that. How do you get people to care about Bitcoin? Because novelty is not enough. I do want to see mass adoption, and to do that, we have to acknowledge that most people don't care. So guys, tell me what your thoughts are on that in the comment section down below. I'm going to say it. Most people are too scared to say it. I don't really care because I know it's true, and I know you guys need to hear it. Anyway, before we go, I do want to mention the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. Guys, there is an absolute ton of work going into this course. We're about 25% of the way through updating the course, and today there's going to be about 5 new videos going up in the course. I believe that is going to be how to read and use candlestick charts, how to read and use Heikin-Ashi, RSI, and RSI divergence. There are several other videos that are already recorded, but they are not yet finished being edited. There are 40 CT2A videos being made this month, and guys, it's a lot. I'm very proud of what's going on. But guys, CT2A just went from great to phenomenal. I highly encourage you guys to check us out with the link in the description down below. There's a 14-day money-back refund guarantee. Yes, you can pay in Bitcoin. No questions asked. I will shoot you your money back if you don't like the product. And you can go ahead and join our Discord server down below, talk to some of our students. And if you have a question for me or Taylor, the very best way to get in contact with us is by my email at cryptojeb@gmail.com. Remember, CT2A and the first cohort are different things. I've had a little bit of confusion on that. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to contact us. I know you guys are going to get a lot of value out of this course. If you want to be able to do the kind of technical analysis that we do here on the channel every single day and more so that you can be profitable in your trading, so that you don't waste a bunch of money trying to figure it out on your own, because teaching yourself is dangerous when we're playing with money, CT2A is the way to go. There are 1,300 students in the academy, and they are enjoying every minute of this content. Under the old Heikin-Ashi video, these comments are going to be gone here in just a second because I'm going to be updating the video, but we have comments like, great info. Wow, love this academy. Learned so much already. Wow, that was powerful. Only if I knew earlier on. Excellent. Very helpful and easy to understand. Superb and clear. Excellent video. Guys, there are comments like that under every single video in the academy, and when you join the academy, you're going to see them. So make sure you join with the link in the description down below. But anyway, guys, that is going to wrap it out for today's video. Before I go, though, I do first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.